Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. It's time for another comparison of a Battle Master. So right here we have Aimless. This right here is the Generation 1 version of Aimless. He was included as the partner to Misfire. And then of course right here we have the new Siege version of Aimless. It's nice they went with a somewhat different color scheme than the original. It's a lighter blue instead of the more medium blue that we've got on the original. It's a small, subtle change, but it's not a bad change, really. And of course, they at least painted the faces in and used somewhat the same color. It's not really coming through here on the camera. But the G1s was more of a red, dark reddish color. And they went with something a little different on the new one. They also painted his eyes a different color, so that's a nice change. Getting more paint apps like that was usually not a common practice back in the 80s, so definitely a bonus on this new one. Articulation-wise, G1 Aimless could only be bent at the hip, and that was primarily more to transform him into his alternate mode, and that was about it. Whereas the new Aimless, we can put his arm out, straight out to the side like that, and he can rotate his arms all the way around. He can do a full splits with his legs, and of course he can raise his leg just barely above 90 degrees. Plus, of course, his weapon here can be attached to his arm like I've shown here, or it can be mounted here on his back, whichever way you prefer to display them. Right now it does kind of help if you don't get the legs exactly straight, it at least keeps him upright. Alright, let's flip them into their weapon modes and see how they look. Right, here we are. We've got them in their gun modes. Here we have the G1 version mounted onto Misfire. And then, of course, we have our usual model Sideswipe holding the new Aimless, despite the fact they're on opposite factions. The new Aimless becomes what they list in the instructions as a manifold ion particle blaster. And he comes with two little red energy bursts that, of course, can be attached to some of the posts on a transformer. Like, see, we can mount it to Sideswipe's chest to make it look like Sideswipe has been shot. At any rate, it does do a good job of capturing the spirit of the original. I mean, they do flip the guns in a different direction, because as on the G1 form, the guns are up at the top, whereas on the Siege, the guns are positioned underneath, so it's more at level. Probably a better way of designing it. Especially since this time around the guns are a separate piece entirely, not forming his legs. So that kind of works out better, I think. At least makes it look like a little bit better of a weapon, if nothing else. But then again, just how good of a weapon is it when the robot that is the weapon is named Aimless? At any rate, that's my comparison of the two Aimless toys, Generation 1 and Siege. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join our ranks. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time I post new content. And also, please share your thoughts about Aimless in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.